last time round, you killed Venku and his army of
He wasn't
stormtroopers.
using that.
And I think you decided as a group to try and head off to the tomb before you save.
Yep.
Or
Yep,
try and take
because
on the
of
Emperor.
the Emperor. Because we need all the firepower and or artifacts that we can. If we're gonna try and take that nightmare on, we need all the plot MacGuffins.
Fair enough. So, well, let's just pick up where we left off at least. And this will probably be a shorter session. Just for a couple of reasons. One being that I'm in a bit of pain, and it prevented me from getting any sleep last night. So,
Oh, I'm sorry.
So for those two reasons, I'm going. Yeah, let's try and keep it a little shorter. I think in the end I got 3-4 hours or something, but I just kept waking up in between all the bits. But
well, that's not pleasant.
no, not really. But what can you do?
For a Klondike bar, a lot.
I'm assuming
Oh no, that was what would I do?
I'm assuming that's some sort of chocolate.
Yeah, it's a
ice cream
famous
bar.
ad. Yeah, famous ad campaign for an ice cream thing.
Okay.
American.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Right. Yeah, so let's pick up where we left off last time with you having just wiped out the stormtroopers and Venku. And see if there's anything that you're wanting to do or any in regards to this situation.
I will be healing people because people needs to be healed.
I think I'll take Venku's helmet as a trophy. Not the head, just the helmet.
Very well.
Just throw it in my backpack or something.
It's relatively easy to remove. It's not like you're struggling at all. Yeah, you pick up his helmet. There's in terms of injuries, I think most people are relatively okay, with the exception of Nadrock and
ELX.
Yep. Everyone else seems to be
some of
doing.
the not stormtroop, clones may need.
Yeah, a bunch of them are injured a little bit, but they're not too bad. I think Mokun is also got a few wounds, but nothing severe. Most of that, I think, was from falling. Or but
Oh, I should probably hit myself with a stim pack too. I don't think I've done that yet. Have I done that yet? I don't think I did that. Too busy
Why am
fighting.
I in the group sheet? What? What is going on?
I don't know.
This is what happens when you're not awake. Alright, so base difficulty. Alright. So, heals. Base difficulty of 1.
Can we roll a discipline check to reduce strain?
Yeah. Give me discipline or cool and reduce strain by the amount. And give me a destiny roll while you're at it.
I'd say we get a light side, but wait, we'd get a light side, wouldn't we? And it automatically turns to dark.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least it gives us a larger pool, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. If you get the one that gets immediately turned, I guess it still gives you one extra one.
Which is good because I get more. The more the pool, the more I get the bonuses.
Alright, see, Alexa's gonna have to roll something. What, discipline or cool? Doesn't matter. Alright, and then I will do some work on Nadrock.
Okay.
You have crits?
Nope.
Because you kept reducing it to 1.
Oh, I love that ability. That's such a broken combo. Boost up your soak to like 120, and then just reduce your crits by your soaks. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's a good roll.
That's a lot of strain recovery.
That's not strain recovery. That's heal.
Oh, even better.
And I didn't realize that Sealex had a crit, so I'm gonna have to take care of that too as well.
Right. Well, I'd prefer to have a third person here for doing the other thing. If we're going off to find the tomb, we can technically do with that with 2 people for the most part. So, in the meantime, if there's anything you wanted to try and loot or recover here, you can. Otherwise, I guess it's up to you if you want to relocate the ship or if you want to leave it here.
Probably want to gather up as much arsenal as we can. You know, grenades, thermal detonators, all the good stuff.
Sure. Give me a average skullduggery.
I don't know if I'll be able to do that.
Apparently not, weirdly.
What the?
That's a first.
You go looking, and the majority of grenades, thermal detonators, and the like have either been used or seem to be completely and utterly inoperable.
You'll still use the inoperable ones as, you know, distractions.
Yeah.
Or
If
maybe
that's what you're
repair
going to
them.
spend your advantage on, you can.
Yeah. I mean, just because they're there doesn't mean we can't repair them, potentially.
Yeah, you find two disabled thermal detonators and three frag grenades. Also completely and utterly inoperable. But if you want to give me give me a, what would it be? Probably a daunting mechanics check. You might be able to repair them.
Daunting, huh? That's 4?
Yes. Nope. Apparently you can't repair them. They are too badly damaged.
At least you didn't blow yourself up.
Oh, and you know what? We're actually at the beginning of a session, so why doesn't everyone can recover all the strain they've got? Because that's probably more appropriate than the end of combat from last time. So yeah, just recover all your strain. Yeah, so you know you've got 2 thermal detonators that don't work, 3 frag grenades that don't work. But do you want me to? I have an idea for how to use that advantage from Red if you'd like.
Okay.
So Red says that while they're not going to do anything, he thinks he can make them make some noises and lights, which might freak people out briefly and give you an edge in certain situations.
I see.
Yeah, sure.
Grenades.
So they're not going to be like flashbangs. They're not going to be that powerful. They're just going to be, you know, enough to cause people to freak for a second.
Most of course, your name is CLX or
It's gonna blow. Wait, what?
you got your health back from the heal.
Yep.
Okay. Not a lot, but you know.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Okay. Were you wanting to try and find anything else, or just the grenades that you were after?
Intel. Let's see if I can't find any intel.
Sure. For this one, it's going to be. Yeah, it's going to be a daunting check to gather intel, and you're going to upgrade it. And then it'll be. Well, I mean, they're all dead, so I guess you're not interrogating, so the only way you're going to find it is probably skullduggery.
Okay, that works. I see how this is. Won't give me grenades, but you'll give me intel. All right.
Yeah. So what you find is that the town that they are running there, that the Emperor is in, you find out off of this intel here, the Emperor did not come alone. That he is using this place to try and convert some Force-sensitive people into Inquisitors, much like what you saw previously with your friend. It was played by Outer Rift, that you killed. I've really
Oh,
forgotten
yeah,
the character name.
Shaka.
Shaka, that's it. Yeah, so much like the same process that Shaka underwent. That's one purpose of this so-called Project Academy. The secondary purpose is the intel's really vague on this, but they're looking for something. And the last bit of intel you've got there, which is the little advantage you got on that check, is that the Emperor has brought his enforcer.
Uh-oh. I guess his enforcer isn't as scary as facing him. It's about as scary, but not as scary.
Wait, is his enforcer Vader?
Yep.
Or just
I mean, the people you're, this particular group, this intel that you've got here, it seems to be somewhat unclear as to the enforcer's name. But there's some weird scribble notes in the margin that seem to indicate they wear all black.
well,
In
that narrows
character,
it
we don't
down.
know. Out of character, yep.
No, they're Inquisitors. They all wear black. So it could be an Inquisitor.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
It's about
technically, Vader was pretty much an Inquisitor.
I mean, he led the Inquisitors at times, but
I mean, he wasn't a Inquisitor,
Right.
but you know, still had the same color scheme.
yeah. Anyway, so that's the intel you found here. You can either leave the ship here or you can move it. It's up to you.
What was that? Oh.
I mean,
Oh, I've got Animal Companion and Beastmaster. That's right. I'd like to move it. The ship. I mean, keeping it cloaked. I'd like to move it, not so it's right next to all these jabronis. You know, it just screams like a good idea.
fair enough. So you're wanting to take off and land a bit closer to the tomb, I'm guessing?
Probably.
Okay. So got the map. Oh, I didn't actually add it as a map yet. That's really useful. I have it loaded in here, just not seen. So let's just duplicate that. Do can drop there.
Earl is gonna do some medical stuff
Yeah. So medical stuff.
on CLX. He's still pretty messed up.
Yeah, go for it. So there are a couple of options for where to land. You can land elsewhere in the Valley of the Dark Lords, or you can one. Let's see. Your droid has also indicated that he thinks there's another place you might be able to land, but he doesn't know anything about it. He's detecting a life form of some sort, but he can't identify what sort of life form it is.
Let's go check it out.
And it seems to be, as you fly over, it seems to be some sort of canyon.
That's no moon.
No, what?
Let's land in it.
Okay.
Hopefully there's
Alright.
not a giant worm or something.
So difficulty is 2.
So this is what you see.
Oh, that's terrifying.
There appear to be these really large statue-looking things. There's that one on the right that kind of looks like a Zabrak. The one on the left, you can't really identify the race, but they kind of look like Deveronian. And then there's another statue further down, which is wholly unclear as to what it is. But the position they're all in is somewhat unsettling, because they're not
I don't
the way
trust
you'd
that ground.
normally set up a
That
a
ground looks like
statue.
quicksand.
And then you can also see, if you look carefully, towards the south side of this canyon appears to be, as one of your companions points out, a sarlacc.
Yep, see the Sarlacc. Fucking vagina monster.
Your droid says you can set it down here, and you won't be too far from the tomb, but it's entirely up to all of you.
We can set it down there.
I would like to know where this life form is. Can you tell me where the life form is?
The sarlacc.
It's this. Oh. Okay. We got a
Stay away from the
Sarlacc. Give me a second. Item inventory. Hey, Lex has a thermal deck? Nah, I better save it.
So yeah, if you're wanting to land, I can set the ship down in the spot where the pilot is trying to land it.
Can you pinpoint that on the map? I don't know if I saw it.
There.
Okay. I still have to roll that medicine check. With the aid of the droid. Ba-doop. 2, 4, 5. I will take. Oh wait, but she gets cool stuff. Ranks a surgeon.
If you're force sensitive as well, do you want to give me a sense check?
We'll be doing that. So
I'm assuming you both have sense, maybe you don't. Being a little...
five. Oh, okay. The CLX just healed 13 wounds. Jeez.
Okay.
That's a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay. Since you say. My character. So, and that is off of. Alter. Okay. Ba-doop. What's the diff on that? Yeah.
That's just a
Maybe
general
that's-
sense check, so just use the normal roll for it.
On easy? Yeah, it looks like easy. Sorry for taking so long, guys.
That's fine.
Damn! So 3 success, 3 advantage, and a triumph.
Yeah. So you figure out rather quickly. There is from each of these giant statues, there appears to be imbued in them quite a lot of the dark side. And with the triumph, you what's the best way to put this? The only time you've felt this sort of particular side of the Force is from life forms. That said, these are giant statues, so they're not actual life forms, but what you're sensing is akin to a life form emanating with the dark side.
Hey, Nadrock. I will point to the statues that have the life forms in them. I'm sensing life forms from those? Not life forms, but life forms or force? I can't remember.
You're sensing like dark side force energy, but it's similar to what you pick up from other people when they're steeped in the dark side. So like Nadrock or Silverback.
Feels like there's
similar in terms of feeling to a life form, but not
force users in those coming from those statues, but They're statues, so I have no idea.
Why do I feel like this tomb is related to them?
Tomb is related to what? Sorry.
The statues. Let's go to the tomb and find out. But I have a feeling, I've got a bad feeling about this.
So you're landing your ship here?
Yeah.
Okay. That's about the right size, give or take. Yeah, so, as you were preparing to land, you saw the Sarlacc towards the south. You also saw what appeared to be some sort of artifacts near it. But over towards the south east was pointed out to be the exit to this particular canyon, and the direction you would have to go to find your way to the tomb.
What do you know about that creature down there? Down at the. I'll point it at the map on the monitor because we haven't left yet. And I'm polling the room because I have the greatest knowledge of Sarlacc. I don't think I've ever actually encountered one.
I mean, yeah, you can give me, for any character you'd like or yourself, each of you can do it. Pick either a character or use yourself and give me a Xenology check, I think it is. Seems about right. Yeah, Xenology check with, that'd be a hard check. Sarlaccs aren't exactly the most common creatures throughout the galaxy. So hard.
Envoy, I choose you!
Right, so Envoy
Huh.
knows
Somehow.
what he's been told about them, which is not all that much. But he knows that they're found on various planets throughout the galaxy. Very rarely is there more than one on a planet, and that they tend to digest their food over the course of 1,000 years. They have a preference for catching living creatures to eat, and he doesn't, as far as he knows, because of how long it takes them to digest food, they have a bottomless appetite. They're not particularly mobile, is the last thing he knows about them.
I don't like that being around us. Hmm. Time to check what Flynn has on him.
So are you
Hey,
staying on the
Nadrock.
ship or leaving?
It's kind of quick doing ones over the valley. Have them do another scan and whatnot, because I just want to make sure.
That's the only life form the droid was able to detect. But you've got your information as well, so.
I think I'm gonna send a bunch of the clones to maybe kill the Sarlacc. And I'll start with Bullseye, and then Flamethrower. For me, get rid of that Sarlacc. What?
Okay.
Fucking Sarlacc.
Let's see. Bullseye could
We'll be
just
fine. We'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Bullseye could just get up on this ledge here and just pick it off with a bunch of shots.
I'm sure Sarlaccs don't go that easy. Otherwise, they'd be all exterminated.
He's got a grenade yet too, right?
I mean,
It's
out
not-
of character, it would be easier to kill a crate dragon.
Wait, what?
Significantly easier to kill a crate dragon.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if it was as easy as like taking a few shots from a ledge to kill a Sarlacc, then they'd all be extinct because people would do that, but they don't. So I'm not sure what resistances they have, but they had to have a shit ton for people to just leave them be.
But if you want to try and kill it, I mean, I'm not going to stop you. I don't think you'll manage it.
It'll be a stalemate. I won't be able to kill it. It won't kill us. All right.
Let's just ignore it.
All right.
Let's go on to the tomb. I've got force jump. You have a jetpack. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Who's all going?
Leave like one or two on the ship, and then we'll take everyone else with us.
Yeah.
Right.
So drop tokens down for your characters, and I will tell me who you're bringing with you, and I'll drop their tokens in. Unless
Lynn?
you're able to.
Hey. Biz. Just kidding. CLX. We'll probably want to leave a bunch of most of the force users out. I think, right?
No, sounds good.
They're not really dark side users, and you got me. And then we'll take the rest of the commandos. And the rest of the clones, you think? Or just...
We'll just take maybe a clone or something, but...
You pick the next person. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can pick the clones.
Which one?
Oh.
What sort of role do you want them to cover? Might be a better question right now.
Let's see. We're going to be exploring a tomb. I think the biggest thing is just fighting. I mean, there might be some puzzles, but I think just
Bullseye?
combat. Especially
Bullseye,
considering
maybe?
we might face an enforcer, so combat might be the most pressing thing.
Okay. Bullseye it is, I think.
Okay.
And as much as I'd like to take more people, I think we should keep a bunch of people at the ship as well.
Yes. Let's keep a small strike team.
Right.
Now we gotta go to a forest moon.
So, uh, yeah, as you step outside of the ship and you start, um, draw a line as the path you want to take to try and leave here. Keep in mind the exit to the canyons in the southeast.
I will do one of those. Boop. Not exactly the way I wanted. Hold on. Boop. Boop.
Okay. Yeah. So as you walk underneath this arched sort of rock formation and through the other side, reaching about here-ish. Nadrock and Flynn, no one else seems to be able to hear it, but you hear this voice coming from that statue. Free me.
I'm thinking that's an incredibly bad idea.
Yeah. I tend to not to follow the dark whispers in my head. That tends to be
Probably a
very
wise
bad.
idea. We'll just have Nadrock representing the group for the time being.
Okay.
What do I get the feeling that this tomb is going to possibly free them?
Well, I mean, we're dealing with things we don't know nothing about. For someone that's told us nothing about it. I don't know about you, but I don't know if Silverback's totally with us.
I mean, he's currently off trying to reform the Silver Eclipse.
Oh, no, I meant as in, like, loyalties.
Right.
The good news is that it would be very hard to get them off world.
On that
Sure.
note,
Sure, it's possible, but they'd have to pick
let's get that
giant
ship
ship.
out of there. Can you take off and go and maybe hover somewhere? Not there. I'm radioing in.
The droid just beeps back at you. Is there somewhere in particular what you wanted us to go?
Just not by those statues.
You know that having the ship powered up makes it possible to scan its location easier.
Not if we have the cloaking device on.
I'm gonna have the droid. Who has control of the droid? Give me a mechanics check. And be it hard mechanics. If you succeed, then the cloaking device stays intact the entire time you're away. Otherwise, he has some issues.
Well, Merla's on the ship. She can help with the mechanics.
That's fair.
So, oh god, I just gotta find it. What for mechanics check?
Hard.
Helps if I go to the actual character. And do I have info on the droid? That is not that. That is my flying dragon creature that I have on me. So I don't have the stats on. Yes, I do. What am I kidding? I just gotta scroll up. Maybe, nope. So much crap. Ugh. No. Where are they? You know what? I'm just gonna roll.
Okay, yeah, she takes some strain, but manages to keep the cloak fully operational. She says, running the cloak continuously is gonna drain the power in the ship pretty quick, but she can maintain it for probably about 8 hours. If you're not back by then, they're gonna have to set it down or leave.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Is this a chest?
yes.
What is it? Oh, are there Star Wars mimics?
Not as far as I'm aware.
I'd
Well,
have
my
to reach.
character-
I'd have to reach
Like
the internet if someone introduced a mimic in Star Wars.
my character has no knowledge of mimics, so I'd open the chest.
Right. This particular chest is not terribly difficult to open. However, as you open it, you feel an object calling to you, and you can hear it. Take me.
What is
Take
this
me with
object?
you." It's a helmet.
Let's see.
You can give me a knowledge lore check, probably a hard knowledge lore. If and see what you know about this sort of thing.
generally a bad idea to just put on random random helmets from dark side planets.
Especially after someone said "dreamy."
Nadrock, you don't know anything about this sort of thing. You know the helmet is whispering to you.
You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna see if my character would put it on. Go to just a second. 3. Discipline. Would my character put it on? No, he's got the discipline. He won't.
Okay.
Not yet.
Tempting for a moment, though, as a threat.
Yeah, he's considering it. Let's see. How do I know that I won't get possessed by this thing? I wish there was a way to like identify it.
Yeah, but that person didn't show up. Sotno would be able to do it.
You know what?
Easy peasy, lemon
I
squeezy.
think because it makes most sense, Mokhun would probably be going with you as well.
Yeah.
He sees this helmet, and he recognizes it. I think Nadrock's the only one who can speak his language.
For some reason.
And he says to you, you know what? Actually, which side would he be sitting on with this? Give me anyone in the group. Give me a charm check with a difficulty of difficulty will be actually it's only average difficulty, which surprises me, but sure, I'm gonna put an upgrade on it then. Yeah, average charm, and I'm putting an upgrade for difficulty.
I got this covered. Hopefully. Check one more thing. I already got that included in there. Alright, that should be it then.
Okay.
Here it is.
Yeah.
What about?
Yeah. So he basically says to you, well, it says to Nadrock, because no one else really understands him. I like you guys a little too much.
What did you say?
He says he likes you a little more than he was expecting to. He informs you it's the helmet of his master.
Aha! Let me guess. Possession of some sort?
It is likely. He was searching, like many Sith, for a way to extend his life force. It is possible he managed to preserve himself in an object of some form.
You know, it'd be really funny. Find like the most pathetic creature, like a Jawa or something, and then put it put it on the Jawa.
So yeah, well, I mean you could, but you know that this is the helmet of Darth Camalex.
Darth Camalex.
And only you know this.
Oh my God, where's Jar Jar? Let's get somebody get Jar Jar. Stat. I got an
Someone
item
may have
for it.
assassinated him on one of his missions. We won't mention any names, Bullseye, but under
Find me-
suspicions of work for the Emperor.
Find me a Gungan. Let's go. Gungan, Darth Gungan.
You're an evil man. And no, Bullseye actually didn't kill Jar Jar. Well, it'd be that kind of funny.
Right. Yeah, so what do you want to do with this? Do you want to just leave it there, or are you going to try and take it with you?
We'll take it with us.
Okay.
Safer with us than just sitting out.
Okay, so yeah, you take this with you, and it's probably going to keep whispering to you as you go. Do you want to just move out of here now, or take your time? Up to you.
Yep, let's continue moving.
Do we have to take that with us?
I want to take it with me.
But it keeps talking.
Some company.
Life. You're saying I'm not company?
Put me on, and you'll gain more power than you can imagine.
Yeah, yeah. I'll find you a suitable host.
What?
Nothing.
I think I'm gonna have to try to find a way to put Nadrock down.
Hey, it could be a useful one way to kill a Sith Lord is with another Sith Lord.
Right. Yeah, so you just continue down towards the exit to this particular canyon, and you find yourself in a valley. Very clearly, an older part of the Valley of the Dark Lords. You see what appears to be the entrance to a number of tombs. Some of the entrances have various things collapsed in front of them. You can see four unimpeded tombs, and two with collapsed entrances or statues in front of them. Collapsed statues or collapsed entrances.
So now where do we go?
Let's see. Focus. Is there any like symbol on the coin that I could like match up to like the tomb images?
Yeah, the coins do have a very specific symbol on them.
Can I look for tombs with that symbol?
Yep. Let's see if you can find it. So the symbol kind of looks like I guess you'd describe it as kind of like a sun, surrounded by a circle. It's jagged. It uh, it's it's got like barbs coming out of each of the rays on the sun. It it looks like if this was just a cutout of the symbol itself, it would be a pretty devastating throwing weapon. So yeah, it looks kind of like a sun. And in the center of the sun is that. But yeah, you look and there's a few tombs with that part of the symbol. Actually, most of them. But the rest of it that seems to be surrounding that, the sun itself and the circle, which might just be part of the coin's decorative part, that bit. Give me a perception check. Be hard.
Flynn, save me.
And I'm going to spend one of those again. Okay, yeah. There's one particular tomb. There's a few of them actually with symbols that are worn off quite a bit, but there's one particular one where there's like a third of the symbol above it remaining, and from what you can tell, that third matches the symbol you've got there on those coins. The other ones on the other tombs, they're a little too hard to make out, for sure. But this one here has about a third of it remaining, and it looks like the ones you're looking at on the coin.
We found a tomb.
So this one's sort of towards the north side of the valley, and if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the map, you should be able to see it, although he's not with you at the moment. And when you enter into this tomb, let's grab these characters back. Actually, we'll just go with the two of you for now. We'll assume all the rest are there as well. But yeah, you open the front door to this thing by pushing it, and it just sort of collapses in front of you. And you're left with what appears to be another canyon. Doesn't really look much like a tomb beyond that front door that just collapsed. If you look straight up, you can see the sky.
The real tomb is the friends that we made along the way.
And as you progress through this canyon, you start to hear shrieking.
Oh, lovely.
Give me a xenology check and see if you can identify the shrieking.
Envoy, save us! What's the diff?
Be hard. Yeah, I mean, Envoy's studied a bit about Korriban. He takes a bit of strain trying to think through, but he recognizes the noises and he thinks they're Shirax.
Oh, okay. Oh, of course.
Sure, okay.
By the sheer number of
that?
shrieks, he'd guess there's probably a couple dozen or more.
Resident Tomb Dwellers. Should be surprised if there weren't any Shirax.
So,
just hope there's no.
Do you want to try and
Turn
go through here without alerting them, or do you want to just try and kill them all? What's your plan?
Oh, we'll probably just proceed as normal. If they attack us, they attack us.
Okay.
I have a feeling we'll make noise sooner or later. So if they're stealthing through, could be very bad. We have to face a large threat and Gyrox at the same time.
Just give me a hard stealth check, and I'm just going to use that to determine whether or not anyone accidentally makes any loud noises.
Everybody?
Whoever's got the best stealth can do it for the group.
It's probably one of the agile characters.
Mm-hmm. Okay, bullseye. It looks like it's gonna be. And you said it's a what check?
Hard stealth. Just to determine if anyone's tripped over anything or caused any sort of loud noises to track these Shirax.
I'm gonna do this though.
Okay. No, I mean, everyone take 3 strain, because this is representative of the entire group. You're not trying to stealth through it, but you are, you're somewhat concerned by the large number of Shirax. You think you could take them, but there's just enough concern that it's affecting all of you. Taking a little bit of strain on your mental state. But yeah, you managed to make your way through here without too much issue. So you can move your tokens through as you see fit.
Okay.
Oh, what's this?
So yeah, you reach this open area of canyon. You can see a number of pillars. Uh, there's some giant symbol etched in the ground, which again kind of looks like the coin, but it's broken up and faded, and it's hard to tell entirely. But it kind of looks like the symbol on the coin. Um, and in front of you is what appears to be an actual tomb entrance.
I figured otherwise these coins would have been useless together.
And what you can see from here is around this doorway in this tomb entrance, there appears to be a number of different inset sort of sections.
Let me guess, 5 of them?
More like 20.
Hmm.
Some of them are deeper than others. Some of them have symbols in them. Some have gems. Like they're all distinct from one another. But they're all round.
So should we go randomly placing these in them, or?
That sounds like an extremely bad idea. Just off
Are
the
the
top of my head.
are the coins indistinct between each other?
Give me a I think perception's the best examination check there is. Probably. Actually, they appear to be relatively indistinct. Give me a force sense check, though.
What's the diff?
Um,
Oh wait, really, it's just one. Derp. I'm really good at this.
okay, so as you pick up one of the coins from Nadrok, trying to look for anything distinct on it, you get a flash of a vision, and it's of a what you would think is a Sith Lord slaughtering another one and then removing the other one's weapon, and from it he pulls some sort of crystal. Then the vision ends.
Anything weapon and crystal related up on there?
Yeah, give me a average perception check. Yeah, you find one of them with a gem in it, inlaid in the back of the inset sort of slot, and it looks almost identical to the one you just saw in your vision of the Sith removing from the other Sith's weapon.
I think this one goes here. Based on what I gleamed off of the amulet.
So you do you put it in there, or do you just? What's the plan?
Do you want me to put it in there?
Yes.
I'll put it in there.
Yeah. You sit it there, and there's a click sound. Very faint sound of a click.
All right. So they each have their own spot. So I'm gonna try with the next one.
Yeah, give me the check for it to sense. Yeah, you pick up another one from Nadrock as he hands it to you, and you get this vision of being stuck in an endless black void. And it lasts longer than you can imagine, and then you come back and back to the world, and it feels like you were in this void for decades. But when you come back to, based on the position, it looks like no time has passed at all.
How long was that gone? I will say that out loud. Oh, okay. Stupid visions. Anything related to voids or anything along that lines?
Voids?
Yeah, I felt like I was stuck in a void.
Might want to see a therapist about that.
I'm not even bother. So, speaking of the person who probably needs a therapist more than me.
Hey, the slaughter's the best form of therapy.
Do the perception check again.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see two different ones that you think could represent this. I'll describe both and you can choose what you're going to do. The first is an inset that goes back quite a lot further than the other ones. The second one looks like it's burnt. So, like the rock has been blackened.
I'm going to put it in the insert that's further back because that makes more sense.
Okay.
Because, nothing about burning in mine, in that vision.
Okay.
Oh, it could be burned because it's a trap as well.
It's true too.
Yes.
But I'm going off what I remember.
So this particular one goes quite far back where you can't actually push the coin all the way in with just your hand because the coin's too small for, like, the insert's narrower than your hand is, and it goes quite far back.
Do you need help with that? I can just force move it.
Yeah. I'm not stick my hand in places that could get crushed. I'm kind of fond of them.
I'll just help you out. It's only like two different people.
Yeah, you just force push it all the way to the back of this inset bit. goes quite deep in there, and then you hear the same audible click. And as you do so, I'm going to use the triumph for a story element here. You feel the door like rumble just a little bit.
Doing something right.
A little wrong.
And yeah, you triumph. As you feel it rumble, the coin that you're about to hand to Flynn suddenly gives you a vision instead, Nadrock, and you feel this immense pain, like you are being skewered from multiple things all at once. And as you open your eyes in this vision, you can see a dozen people around you, each with some sort of spear, just running it through you. And then the vision
That's
ends.
terrifying.
And the vision was quite vivid, so you were feeling all of that as well. So,
Note to self: do not get rammed by spears.
so yeah, there was a dozen people, so 12 spears were through you all at once in the vision.
I put a hand over my chest, like, okay.
You gonna need to see a therapist, bud?
Nope.
Flynn will smirk because, you know.
Alright. Let's see. What? Make the perception check, I guess, on the thing to figure out which one to put it in.
Whoa, what are we looking for?
Right, we're still putting the matching the coins to the different parts, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Flynn doesn't know what you saw. That's why he can't help.
No.
Look,
A bunch of spears.
Any more descriptive than that?
I was ran through by a bunch of spears. That's pretty much it. 12 men.
All right. I will look for something along that lines.
Okay.
No, it's called up. Oh wow, that was a really bad roll, but it still made it.
Yeah. So there's actually 3 inserts that look like they could match his description here. The first is a circle surrounded by 12 other circles. The second one is a circle with some lines darting through it, 6 in total. But it goes all the way through each time, so 6 ends up being 12 if you count it all the way around. The third one is a circle that is red and seems to have pointed lines coming through it.
How many pointed lines?
You count them out, and there appears to be 12.
It's definitely the third one.
I'll let you put that there.
Go ahead and force put it.
You hear another click. And that leaves 2 more coins in your hands at the moment.
Alright. I'll get 4 cents on one of those.
Yeah. So I think that was your 4 cents check there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So as you hold this one, you get a flash of a vision, and it appears to be a red and orange eye just staring at you. And after a few seconds, you start to feel like the eye is growing and you're being drawn into it before the vision stops.
Okay, so I explained it's a red and orange eye that I was being pulled into, so maybe like a sun as well. Oh no. First time he failed.
So you look at the remaining symbols, and there's nothing you would describe as an eye.
What about sun?
Do you want to give me the perception check instead there, Nadrock?
Yes.
So
eye.
the thing that you find, and there's only really one on this wall that matches it, what you saw, because what you saw was an eye, but because Flynn hadn't seen the vision, there was nothing here that matched the description of an eye. But what you do manage to find there among the symbols is a dark circle with spirals around it, and it kind of reminds you of a black hole.
Go ahead and put the coin in that. Ooh, nice.
So, yeah, as you insert the coin, you feel another rumble, hear a click, and the final coin sort of just suddenly draws you deep into this vision, and you have thousands of people bowing to you as you stand above them, giving some sort of speech, but you can't quite hear what you're saying. And it lasts for a moment, and then the vision changes, and suddenly these thousands of people are charging off in the direction that your arm seems to be pointing, and your arm is holding some sort of sword. As they're charging off towards, you can see in the distance another several thousand people charging back towards them. And then the vision ends.
Alright. I'll look first for any symbol that I saw, particularly focused on the sword and large armies. Perception. That one's hard to describe. Nope, that's a wash.
Yeah, so you can't really find anything matching any particular part of your vision.
Flynn, you want to have a go?
Give me a description, bud. I
just
need to
said-
know what you saw.
Yeah. I'll explain it. Large. I was an army giving a speech, holding a sword, pointing direction. Two armies were clashing.
Yeah, so Flynn
How about this one?
manages to find, you know, it's hard to tell because it's mostly worn away, which is why you didn't see it. But it appears to be like a circle with. Hang on, I'm gonna draw it because it's gonna be better to do that. Let's do it in yellow so it'll stand out. So what you've got is sort of like this, with a bunch of people there, and something like that. Well, I say people, they're just more circles, but that kind of is the... It's mostly worn away, though. It's very faint.
I got vision stuff in my helmet. That's probably what helped me. We're going with that.
Okay, so you insert it, you hear a click, and then nothing really happens.
We knew it. They're broken.
Or we put in the wrong ones.
Or there's an order to it?
What did we do?
So maybe... Wait. Oh, what was the first one? First vision. Oh my god.
Yeah.
First vision was the
Void.
endless void. So that may be
That
the
was
last
the
one.
second one.
No, it was what was the first one?
The first one... The second one was the void. The first one was, because the first one was the weapon, and pulling the gem out of the weapon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay. Crystal gem out of the weapon. That. So maybe the army crystal. Spears. Void. Wait, spiral then void? Maybe? Representing ascension, death, and the longing to escape?
Okay,
Maybe?
I think you're definitely right with the spiral and then the void, the gravity and then the void.
Right, and I'm thinking
The death, the spearman would come before that, and
Yeah.
then the getting stat is so the probably beforehand would be plucking the crystal because that's why he got stabbed probably, and then the going to army would be how he got that crystal, so that would go first, and then the going to war would be the first one. So
I think it's
so the order would be going to war, then plucking the crystal, getting stabbed, drawing to the void, and the void.
yeah. I for some reason think it's the uh plucking the crystal first because if I'm not mistaken with Sith Lords, it was they killed their master to gain power, and their power would be the armies representing, and then betrayal would be the next one, getting stabbed and whatnot. Then that and that, right? Maybe I don't
It's
know.
one or the other. We're gonna try both.
All right, we'll try it that way.
Okay. Yeah. Which one are you trying first?
We'll try your way, Flynn, first.
Okay, so it goes crystal.
So you're gonna have to retrieve all the coins from the wall first, I guess.
Right.
So if
Right.
someone wants to
I'll
do
have.
the move thing to try and pull the one out of the deep section.
Yeah, that's gonna have to.
I'll do that. I mean,
Yep.
it's very unlikely that I'll fail.
Yeah. So you retrieve 3 of the coins in one swift force pull. The
I'll
other 2 are
retrieve the
still
rest.
in. There you go. Now you've got all the coins back.
Okay, so it goes. What was it? Crystal, army, spears, spirals, void.
Right. Yeah. So the door starts to shift in front of you as it appears to be opening, but it's doing it very slowly.
Are we talking about like it'll open? It looks like it'll open like a minute, or it's like years.
You're looking at this thing and you're going, it. If we stood here for another 2 days, it might finish opening.
Can we, you know what, the Sith? Can we kind of try and like help it along, force it open? Since it already looks like it's being.
So how are you planning on
shifted.
doing that? Are you just gonna use move? Are you gonna try and touch it? What's the plan?
Let's just put some force move on. I don't want to break it, so I'm not going to be like too forceful with it. But I'm trying to like shove it a bit.
So you start to use the force on it to move it, and instead you get flashed with a vision, and it's the vision is like you're burning alive, and you realize very quickly it's a vision of the future, and with the triumph, you know you've put them in the wrong order.
All right. I'm gonna quickly take them take them off. Take them out.
Okay. The door
Let's-
starts to close back up again.
Alright, let's try this order. Let's try the army army, then the crystal spears, the the spiral, and the void.
Okay.
And then I'll put them in.
So yeah, as you do that, and you put the final one into the back of the void slot, the door starts opening considerably faster.
Hold on, that was the wrong roll, but that should be fine. But yeah, that was the roll.
Right. Yeah, so the doors now open a lot faster. They are, you look at them and you go, they'll be open in less than a minute. Still not the fastest door in existence, but
Old
That's
Sith
totally-
door.
it's a lot better than 2 days. Also better than burning alive.
I would say so.
I was wondering what there had to be some booby trap of not just forcing it open.
Yeah, so once the door finishes opening, you see inside is very dark. But from what you can tell, there appears to be a torch on the wall, but it's not currently lit.
Just bring out a lightsaber. Well, actually, Joe, I don't even need to. Force C. Got the low light, the sense. There we go.
Right. Yeah, you can start to see, and in the center of the floor, right in front of you, in the first room there, I'm gonna drop your 2 tokens in here again. And I think this is a good place to end the session to start the tomb up next time.
I'm gonna do this as well.
But what you can see here in this room, in theory... Oh. Why did that not work?
My foresight is up too as well.
Hang on. Why is there no light here?
The commandos have.
I know why.
Hello, cat.
Cat says hi.
Hoping to have a puppy by December or January.
Nice.
There we go. I gotta do that for you as well.
That freaking symbol. I know that symbol.
There we
I
go.
think. Haven't we encountered that symbol before besides on this planet?
Give me a lore check and we'll see if you know what it is.
Well, I'll be just one. Well, I may not have Flynn itself, but like CLX or.
They probably don't recognize it. But if you want to give me a lore check, I'll tell you if you...
I totally skilled in that.
Just average.
This should be great. Could be great. Holy crap!
Yeah. This is the symbol for the Sith Empire.
Ah.
This is the Sith Empire.
Spooky.
I thought that was one of the symbols from like that one of the cartels had earlier too. I could have been wrong.
No, it wasn't quite that one. But yeah, this is the symbol of the Sith Empire, not the one that, like, out of character, not the one that's in the Old Republic, but it is the
Earlier Sith Empire.
yeah,
Yeah.
before Revan, basically.
More with the one with more the Massassi and
Yeah,
all that.
Talk to you guys next week.
yeah.
Yep.
Have a good one.
One with the crazy Ewok, you mean?
Crazy Ewok.
Yeah, crazy psycho Ewok behemoth. That empire, right? Isn't that what we're setting our next campaign setting in?
Yeah, I've not entirely worked out when I'm gonna set it in that period, but it is it is basically it's the symbol of the Sith Empire in terms of it's somewhat so if you look at the other symbol I put in there in the Discord, it's was very deliberately, when they made that for Clone Wars, was meant to be reminiscent of the Sith one, in that symbol represents the dark side of the Force. So the retroactive way of saying it is the symbol of the Sith is basically somewhat reminiscent of the symbol of the dark side.
Okay.
So it's sort of what they stuck with throughout the entirety of the existence of the Sith, but then individual empires had their own symbols as well. Is kind of how lore sees it currently. So it existed in and throughout the entire reign of the Sith. It's just very few used it directly. The only ones who really, really knew about it tended to be other Sith.
So we use the Genesis system to kind of make a Wheel of Time campaign setting.
Wheel of Time.
Yeah, it's a book series.
Ah,
Pretty good one too. It's also on Amazon. They're making a TV series out of it on Amazon.
cool.
So, but yeah, just thought I'd share the little Genesis adventure that we had.
What days do you play that?
Oh, we haven't gotten a chance to play it because one of my friends one of the people that we worked with to do it got institutionalized again. So it was more of a voluntary institutionalization.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, as in to seek help for things.
Yeah. They're changing their meds out, and they're on some of the most potent antidepressants there is at the highest dosage.
Yeah, they send you. Yeah, a lot of those high ones send you suicidal briefly because they're just so freaking strong.
But they're trying to wean her off of some of the medications. She wants to try something that will, because she says it's not working for her.
Right.
But yeah, so
that's fair. Hopefully, it all goes well for her.
She's doing okay, except that she can get day passes to go out. So I suppose we could try it sometime now if we get it all set up. But it was just me, my younger brother, and her that we sat down and we worked out that, and that's as far as we got is how the mechanics, because magic is done a little differently, and
yeah, it's an interesting system when you dive into it, really. The Genesis way for magic and
Oh.
stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm not just saying, but magic itself is in the Wheel of Time setting is done a little differently as well. So we had to finagle that a bit as well.
Okay. I found interesting resources for Genesis in the past for magic settings and things. Modern
But yeah,
magic?
I recommend that book series, Wheel of Time.
Okay.
It's a long ass book series, but like in the beginning, it starts out pretty quick. The middle books, from what I understand, I haven't gotten through. I'm only on book 2 myself.
Right.
But my brother and my friend, they've read them all. It kind of drags out in the middle, but at the end, it finishes pretty strong, from what I understand.
Cool.
I
I
should go
don't
back to
do
bed.
a lot of reading anymore, unfortunately, but I do enjoy a good story, so might look at it. Anyway, I do need to go and try and
Sleep?
ideally get some sleep. Would be good.
I should probably do the same.
But yeah, have a good one. See
You too.
next week.